Hello everyone, I'm coming to you today from World Hydrogen Week, organized by World Hydrogen Leaders, now part of S&P Global Commodity Insights. My name is Anastasia Pantazopoulou, and I'm a hydrogen analyst within Commodity Insights. And standing here with me today is Kevin Chahwan from the Global Low Carbon team at EY.
Pleasure to meet you, Anastasia.
Great. Pleasure to meet you. So can you please tell me a little bit more about EY's role in the hydrogen ecosystem?
Yeah, of course. So EY is quite present across the entire value chain of the hydrogen ecosystem, I would say. Our specialty is, of course, providing business services. So we can cover multiple facets of like the legal space or the public support space for subsidy applications, or also in terms of like more of the business perspectives. So partnerships setups, or let's say offtake agreements, or financing research, like when we're trying to find investors, equity and debt. We do all of that. We also provide other services such as new power price forecasts or PPA agreements, which are very helpful for hydrogen players in the market.
Okay, fantastic. So it seems like you're very involved in the early strategic decisions that a project developer would have to take.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned offtake. So can you elaborate a bit more on the importance of offtakes? That's been a very important part of the conversation that I've been hearing today.
Yeah, of course. I mean, offtake really play a big role in the current discussion around hydrogen projects, and we've seen many announcements. But it's a challenging space to find the right offtakers. Not the right offtakers, but even to find them and agree on the certain structures required. But that is something that is slowly taking shape and form, and we see projects advancing down the maturity line of the development stages. Mm-hmm. So that's already promising. Of course, we have to we watch it with curiosity and with an eye of we're there to support, and we really would see this developing quite well.
Okay, yeah, that's very interesting. So another key part of the conversation that I'm hearing today is the importance of regulation. Mm-hmm. So where do you think the global regulatory framework for hydrogen stands today? Is there any missing piece of the puzzle that you can identify?
A very good question, I must say. In terms of regulation, so the hydrogen market development has been quite extensive in the recent years, with multiple hydrogen strategies being announced. Since I believe it was like 2017, 18, you saw the first ones come up, and now it's quite well-rounded around the world. And with those strategies, regulation had to follow. And it is taking shape. I mean, we saw it in Europe with the delegated acts. We saw it in the US with the IRA. And now there's also an advancement across the Asian space. And also we've seen interesting announcements taking place, for example, in Egypt. So regulation is important, especially as it supports the market players in feeling comfortable in the space, as it's a structure that allows for projects to be de-risked. And I think that is something that is quite important in the hydrogen space, with with a technology that has been developing at such a rapid pace, you could say.
Okay, yeah, so that's very interesting. So just as a closing note, is there any final insights that you would like to share for project developers?
Yeah, I mean, as mentioned, we've seen many projects being announced, and there's a promising space around the phasing of projects. I think that would be one interesting aspect, like that we've seen today also in the here in the Congress from the people we've spoken to, that this development of projects in a more organic manner, to like start with this phase 1, phase 2, and try out and get your learnings, and then you can expand your project. That is an approach that seems to have been quite rewarding for quite a few people we've spoken to, and that could be a way forward to consider when structuring your projects.
Okay, perfect. Very insightful. So thank you very much for being with us today. Have a good day.